So I'm working with Final Cut Pro 10, and what I want to do is I want to make a split screen of the pianist on the left, and if you go to the audience clip here and you push V for view, it'll toggle view on and off, and this is the view that I'd like on the right side. So I'm going to try to make a split screen, and I did try some tools. Ripple Tools had RT split screen, and Crumple Pop makes a split screen X generator, but neither really did what I wanted to do. They will work with pictures, but not quite with the timeline the way I like to work. This is a method that I used with Final Cut Express many years ago, and it's tried and true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the handheld, on the audience camera first, which has the pianist in the left. So you select it, you go to the crop tool, and I'm going to pull in this little blue rectangle a tiny bit. Now be careful that you don't get this left and right facing arrow. That means you're moving your entire window. If you do, just move it back. What you really want to do is, let's grab that crop tool again, this little blue rectangle, and when you do catch it, you'll see that yellow rectangle, or yellow cross rather, and we're going to pull right to about there, and then crop the right side. There we go. Now you can see I pulled the picture. When I cropped it on the left side, I've left this little gap. I want to pull the whole picture to the left because there's a picture underneath, which is the handheld, so we don't want that showing on the left. So you go to the crop tool again, you go to transform, and here you could pull to the left. And you have to be careful you don't go too far up and down. What I do to make sure that it's really zeroed is I go to my inspector. This is the inspector button. It's a toggle button on and off, and go to video, and you'll see here in the y-axis it's 33.5. This you could just change to 0 and then push the return button, and this will square things away. See, now we're squared away instead of trying to pull up and down height-wise and trying to fit the picture in perfectly. So that's the best way to align things. Now what I want to do is I want to pull the flugelhornist. That's me actually, Richie Vitale. I want to pull him to the right, and what you're going to do is you can turn off the audio shot by pushing V, and now I've got the handheld camera showing only, and you can see my shoulder there. And I haven't decided if I'm going to have the bass and flugel, or the drums and flugel, or all three in the shot yet. So now I'm going to make sure I click on handheld, which is the handheld camera, and I'm going to turn back on the audience shot, the piano player on the left, so I can see what's covering up the bass player in this shot. You'll see what I mean as I drag right. You use transform again, and make sure I have the correct clip selected. Sorry about that. And pull to the right. And there you have it. Now, possibly I could fit in the pianist, the bass, and the drummer. That would be nice. But I might just go for this shot here. That's kind of nice. Again, as you're doing this, you could always zero things up here in the y-axis. I'm going to cut off a little of the piano again. I'm going to go back to the piano shot in the audience shot here. I have to make sure your playback line is over that clip, and crop some more of the piano from the right side to make a little more room for the other shot. There we go. Now you go back to the handheld clip, which is here, and transform again, so you could pull left, right, up, down, blah, blah, blah. Line up a little here. Now that's a better shot. You have the drummer, I don't always like cutting off the end of the flugelhorn, but you have a decision. You could crop the bass player's left shoulder and pull in a little more of the flugelhorn probably. It's form. Which I don't think is an improvement, so I'm going to push Command Z and just undo. So that's more what I'm looking for. Now another thing is this gap here. I want to fill this so I could see what's going on here with a line. You could put something color-wise behind. If you push N on your keyboard, that turns on snapping here. You can see right here, or you could just click here. And that'll make the playback line snap to the beginning or end of a clip. Now we're in the generators button here, and I'm in solids, and I like to use vivid for vivid colors. So I'll just move that over here and touch the clip and bring it a little to the left so it fits in. So you can see it's pretty much covering everything. That's not what you want. So you're going to bring your vivid clip down to the bottom. This works like layers in Photoshop. Now you can see we're in the bottom layer, and you can see I still have some space here to work with. So what do I want to do? Do I want to bring in more of the piano or more of the flugelhorn? So that's a call you have to make. Transform to move right, left. You don't want to crop. Zero the height here in the y-axis. Push 0 on your keyboard and then return. And that's, like I say, that's much easier than trying to slide this up and down and fit it in perfectly. Now, you may not like blue. You could go to the clip which you dragged over from here. It's blue. And if you go to generator up top, you could change the color to red or yellow. Yellow. That's nice. Red may stick out a little more. Now you have to think, have I used red earlier in the clip? You may want to change up a little. So let's say we use yellow for now. You push done. And there you have it, a split screen. I've split the screen into 3 and 4 sections. And we'll see what the playback looks like. This is not the mastered sound. I'm going to put the mastered in sound later. So this is the actual camera sound. It's not the best sound, but it's just a reference for me to make sure all the clips are lined up. I'm using a 4-camera shoot here. We have stage right, a side shot, audience shot, and handheld. And this section here is what I'm working with, the audience shot and the handheld, these 2 little clips. And this color clip. Now that we have put on snapping by pushing N, it's a toggle switch for this snapping here, I could drag the color clip over so it lines up to the end of the other clips perfectly. And there we have it. Now I'm going to take snapping off so I could move the cursor back and forth without it sticking to the beginning end of a clip. Now I'm going to move the cursor to a little before my edit so I could get a feel of what I've done here. Press the spacebar to play. And there you have it. That's how you make a split screen in Final Cut Pro 10. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm going to soon have 5 videos up that have been, I've done all the editing on, of a live recording I did at Smalls. And that'll be up in a month or so. So, hope you enjoyed. Any questions, feel free to ask.